felt let down by someone who did not follow through on their promise? Or maybe you're also one of that person. In today's professional world, your word is your gold. It's more than just completing tasks. It's all about building trust, credibility, and respect. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sonia, your companion and host on Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. And today we're going to be diving into this crucial skill that every employer values in their team. The say-do ratio. What you say actually matches with what you actually do. So let's understand this ratio. But before we start, please consider subscribing to my channel and let's start our day with a cup of coffee as we always do. Let's understand what is the say-do ratio. It essentially measures how well your actions align with your words. What you're committing to do and what you're actually delivering, is it same or not? And it's also a measure of your reliability and your trustworthiness, your commitment to delivering results. So a higher say-do ratio means you consistently follow on your commitments. Whatever you say, you actually deliver, you actually do. The actions that you take are very much in sync with what are you committing to do. A lower ratio, on the other hand, suggests that there is a gap between what you are saying and what you're delivering. Or whatever promises that you're making, whether you're delivering that or not, there is a gap in that. For example, you are given a project and you're told that, okay, fine, you have to submit this project by Friday. And now in the overexcitement, you say, yes, sir, I'll submit it on Friday. But you've not even thought about it, whether you'll be able to deliver on Friday or not. And hence, you are overworked up and somehow you're missing your deadline. Once your team members, your team leaders will be okay with that. But if that becomes a habit that you are very enthusiastic when a new task is given to you, but you are not delivering, you're missing your deadlines every now and then, and hence they will very soon stop trusting you. People will not take your word for it. So even if you say that, this is a target that I can meet, the leaders will have in their mind that, okay, fine, if he's saying that he will do 5 sales in this month, okay, please consider only 2 done. I'm sure this person will not be able to do 5 sales. So your credibility is at stake. You will not get more opportunities to grow in the company. Your reputation will be at stake. And you will be considered as a person who's not very dependable by your own team members. Forget about by the leaders. Your own team members will start doubting that whatever that you're saying, will you deliver or not? So it's a very must-have skill when you are starting your career, when you're starting your corporate life, your 9-to-5 work life, that whatever you say, you actually stick to it, you deliver, you're committed to deliver. How do you improve your say-do ratio? Let's figure out. First, you need to be very clear with what are your goals, your achievable goals, what you can achieve. And if there is a big goal, like there is a big project being given to you, break that project into smaller milestones, into different phases, that this is the first phase, by when can I achieve this? What is the second phase? What is the third phase? And eventually, when will this entire project be completed? So break down your bigger tasks into smaller tasks. You can even use the SMART framework, which I've spoken in many of my videos, which means have a goal that is specific, that can be measured, that is achievable, that's relevant, time bound. And if any of these are missing, then which means your goals are not very clear. And after this, start prioritizing and planning what needs to be done. Look at all your tasks that you have in hand and then prioritize what is more important, what is more urgent, what is less important, what needs to be done today, what can be done tomorrow, or what can be done next week, and put them in different buckets. So that will help you plan your entire task sheet in a very organized manner. You can use, there are a lot of tools available. You can use those tools also. If not, simple, use a spreadsheet. Make in a spreadsheet that these are the tasks that you have. What are the deadlines for those? And whichever task where the deadline is coming much closer, focus on finishing that task. And when you've prioritized everything, please keep in mind that communication is very, very essential. Have very clear communication line. and communicate often. It's not like you've told your boss that I will finish this project by Friday and then you don't communicate about it to your boss at all in between. So keep your team and your bosses or your leaders or whosoever is getting impacted or is involved in that project time to time. Give them regular updates of what is happening, if there are any obstacles coming, if there is any help that you need. Please flag it out, inform them, send them an email and make it written. I've seen a lot of people who say, okay, fine, I've verbally told them. Now the other person might have forgotten. It's happened with me so many times that initially I used to do this. I used to verbally tell my team or my leaders that, okay, fine, this is the status, etc. And later on, if there were any challenges, any obstacles, something that maybe I didn't foresee is coming, and because of which I'll have to postpone my deadline date by a day or so, and I don't communicate that challenge that is coming to my leaders or my team in written, but I've told them verbally. Now later on, they just come back and say that, okay, fine, you didn't tell us that this has to be, the deadline was supposed to be postponed. You simply said that there is an obstacle that you're facing. Now, because you've said verbally, it's like your word against theirs. How will you prove it? So it's best when you're communicate verbally also, but please keep it on record also. Send email, or if you're part of your office groups, please mention this in the group as well, so that everybody is on one page and people will appreciate you for it, that you are keeping them in the loop. There is so much of work that we have on our plate. There is so much happening around us that we sometimes forget to inform people or communicate with people who are involved in that particular task that we are doing. So please keep people informed, communicate very openly and often. Don't say that once I've done it, so I don't need to do it again. And with this, you need to start asking questions. So whenever any new project is given to you, ask questions so that you understand very clearly what is the need and what is expected out of you. What are the milestones? What is the process to do that task? What are the resources that are available to you for that? Are there any constraints? Are there any obstacles that they foresee that I will have? Or if you think that you need some time to come back on when you will be able to finish that task, please say that, yes, I need some time. I will let you know by when I can finish this task, because I have to really analyze the situation, the task, where we are at what stage, and what is it required to prepare, and then, to execute things. So don't just hurry up and give your confirmation of any date or time by when you'll be able to finish or commit yourself to it, but think about it, and only then, once you've planned things in your mind and you've got a rollout plan in front of you, only then go ahead and commit. And certainly ask the question, what are the do's, what are the don'ts, what I'm supposed to do, is there any process, are there any resources? So please go ahead and ask these questions, because if you don't ask questions, you are going to be suffering. You will not be able to live up to the commitment that you are giving to the management. And to do all of this, you'll have to manage your time. You cannot keep procrastinating that, okay, fine, I'll do this tomorrow. I've got a call to attend. Maybe I'll do it in the next 1 hour. Do it now. Manage your time. So if you think that you're running helter-skelter, you don't have the time. There's a full video I've done on time management. I'm sharing the link below. You can watch that video as well. But you need to start managing your time. Maybe you can use a Pomodoro technique. Maybe you can use a 5-minute rule or a 13-minute rule, which will help you increase your productivity, improve your focus, and that will help you deliver results within the time frame that you have committed. So you can set timelines as to, in the morning when you reach office, when your mind is fresh, your energy is high, your focus is there, you can start doing the things that require a lot of attention to detail. Start doing those things in the first half of the day. And there would be those small little things which do not require much time. You club all of those things and say that, okay, fine, 1 hour in a day, I'm going to keep and finish all of these, like checking of emails, any short calls that you have to make, any documents that you have to sign. So do all of that, club it together, which do not require that much of your time. And when you're giving your commitment, when you're saying, I will deliver this project by Friday, I hope you have made a realistic deadline for yourself. Because see, you need to also understand that you cannot force foresee all the obstacles or all the problems that you will face. Maybe you were banking for a survey report to come in from somebody. Now that somebody did not give it to you on time, and hence you are missing out on your deadline. So try and keep some buffer time. So if you think that you'll be able to complete the project by Friday, now when will you be ready with the first draft? So give a commitment of the first draft. Don't say your project will be ready by Friday. Say that the first draft will be ready by this, provided I get the survey report from that person by Tuesday. Wherever your dependencies are there, make those dependencies also time bound. That I need that report by Tuesday, only then I'll be able to finish it by Friday. So start keeping some buffer time. Always it is better to undercommit and over-deliver. So avoid over-promise. I've seen many people, they don't review and adjust their strategies very often. Very often. And that's also one of the reasons that we miss out on our deadlines, or we are not able to live up to the commitment that we are making to our team or to our leaders. So please start reviewing at every stage. When you reach your office every day morning, make it a point that the first 5 minutes, look at what is there on your plate, how far that project has reached. Is it moving as per the timeline or not? Or it's lacking behind, or you basically moving ahead of your timeline. So please review and then adjust your strategies accordingly. See where the gaps are. Do a review, if not every day, at least do it every week if it's a project of 3 months, for example. But if you have to submit this project next week, then you can't review it after a week, right? Because that's your deadline. So in that case, every morning, spend 5 minutes to do a review and adjust. Say where you are and what you need to do to fill that gap. And that you can only do when you make a routine for yourself, your daily routine at work. Initially, to make this routine will be a task, but once you start following this routine on a daily basis, it becomes a habit then for you. Like when you come in the morning, you say, okay, fine, 5 minutes, I'm going to look at what is there in my to-do list. What are the things that I'm supposed to do? And then, look at, okay, fine, what are the more priority tasks that I have in hand? I have to finish it in the first half. Morning 10 till 12, I'm going to be focusing on these. And then from 12:30 to maybe till 1:30, I'm going to be finishing my emails and those small little calls that I have to do, or any documents that I have to submit. And then after lunch, I'm going to be finishing these tasks. So when you start making a routine for yourself, it becomes a habit, and that actually helps you live up to your say-do ratio. Whenever I'm working on a particular project, or whenever I have too many things on my plate, what I actually do is I develop some formats for myself which are very easy to understand for my own self, and that keep me on track with whatever things are there on my plate. So you could use some apps for that, but I am very comfortable with Excel sheets, so I use spreadsheets, where a very simple format I'll make. What is the task in hand? What is the first milestone of that? What is the second milestone? What is the third milestone? And with each milestone, I write what is the requirement. Do I have that? Is there any dependency on anyone? And then I arrive at the final milestone. And every morning I look at my spreadsheet to say, am I on track or not? It's very simple to do. It's for your own benefit. And that will also help you be upbeat with what is happening around and how far are you in terms of your deadlines. All you need to do is just ask yourself, am I consistently meeting my commitments, or do I have a habit of overcommitting myself? Lastly, what are the things that are pulling me back or that are holding me back from fulfilling my promises, my commitments, my timelines that I've kept for myself? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. On that note, we come to the end of our episode. I really hope that you liked the content of this video. And if you did, please like, comment, and share my video with all your friends. And of course, before you go, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching me, and I'm going to see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.